this is alder. And that's only wood that you use when you're doing fish, because other woods will leave a really funny taste to it. Like if you had an elder and you were cooking salmon, they'd be able to tell you what type of wood you used by the taste of it. So what we're going to do with this one first is we're going to pull the head off of it. So you want to cut the head from here up behind these fins here. You want to take those fins and cut that right off there. So you want to cut the head off first. Then what we're going to do is we ring it. We're going to cut the tail around, and I'll show you why we're doing it. This one's going to be different because the belly's already gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to just open that belly up, and we're going to cut right along the ribs. But I'll show you how to do this one. So the head comes off first.
Ooh, is that herring eggs? I mean eggs? Oh my goodness.
So this one's a female. You see the egg row in it? Yeah. So if anybody wanted to eat that, you could cook it over there.
I do.
Do you?
Okay.
Yeah. So what you want to do, if you're cooking this over the fire, you want to cut this back up into here, and you want to spread it open like that. And what you want to do with these ones, the first thing you want to do is get what they call a gill packet out. So you want to get that piece here out. You don't want the gills in there. So again, there's the heart. This is all the lung pieces. So you want to make sure that these gills all come out, because you don't want to cook them over the fire, because they'll taste really yucky if you leave a gill in it.
What about if you're cooking it on the stove? Do you take those out too?
Yeah, you never cook the gills. The gills are no good. They have, because they're flushing everything, they're sort of toxic. Yeah. If you had you use this bucket? Nope. Okay, go ahead. Just dump a little over that. I want to wash your blood off of it. Just a little bit. Perfect. So we'll cook that on the fire. So the best part of that is this cheek and the eyeball.
Yeah.
And the other one that they a lot of people like to eat is what they call this membrane in here. In our language, they call it skabo, and it's the I can't remember the name of it right now in English.
Is it white?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that piece in here. So once you get that piece done, what we want to do is basically, like say you want to ring it, then you're going to flip it around. I usually do it this way. What you want to do then is you want to, when you're cutting it, you'll feel the ribs on it. And you got to be careful. These knives are like really sharp, and you always want to make sure your knives are really sharp when you're doing this, and it makes it way easier. So what you want to do is you want to cut it down to that ring. Then the second cut, you're going to feel for the ribs, and you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
You're right on top of the ribs.
Wow, you make it look so easy.
I know, hey?
And that's how you cut it.
Oh.
So basically what happens is now you're going to cut the bottom piece. So you're going to cut it like that, but you're going to feel this again. You don't want to cut these ribs. You want to leave them in that skin. So when you're cutting, you want to cut on this side of the fin, because you want that fin out of there too.
So the bottom end?
Yeah. So I'm going to let you go at it. So what you want to do is you want to pull this and just keep slicing it. but you don't want to go too far down because you want to leave that meat on. You want to just hear the ribs clicking. You hear it? You want to go along those ribs. I'll let you try it. Just watch your fingers. Keep your fingers away. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So the next piece you want to do is once that's cut back into here, into that ring, into the tail, because all you want is just a meat piece. There you go.
Wow.
And if you if you wanted to cook those, you can cook them.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's your fish roll.
Yep. I do have soup from the pets.
Oh, that's good.
The dogs and the cats.
So this here now is ready to put on a stick. But basically what I want to do is get somebody to dump some water and rinse that thing out. Put it in there. So we can always get more.
Nice. Wow.
So once that's rinsed off,
You want me to take some?
no. Now comes the fun part.
That wine?
Yeah.
That's not. Olive oil?
Yeah. Don't look. Old Indian recipe. Older than any Indians here. So once that's done, we're ready to put the stick on it. Nick, you want to grab me a stick, please? Yes. So this is where I need helpers. So if you want to grab the fish and just lift this up and I'll slide it through. There you go. Oh, jumping ahead of myself and getting too excited about getting it done. So these are what they call spreaders. This just holds the fish apart, so it'll cook throughout the whole fish.
That's different from the last time when I didn't cut any holes in the fish.
Yeah, sometimes I find with the heavy fish, especially with the spring salmon, it's nice to cut a hole in it because if it just goes through the meat, it slides off, it breaks off. So I want to cut holes in it to make sure it stays open. Fire going. Oh, just kidding. So once that's done, now I get you to open it. Where's that wire? Okay. Now I got to get this between.
Come
there
closer,
and
be
there.
like, see? One of the clients yesterday came downstairs and he asked, "So which one of you guys is the oldest?" So I can believe you.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So once that's done, basically, again, they used to use the bark of trees to make their rope, like cedar. Yeah. You just push that down tight.
There you go.
Amazing. And that's what the chloride plant.
I have a job for you, one of you, or both of you actually pretty soon. You're going to cut these strands, all these strands in half. So you need 40 a piece. Okay, you want to cut these ones?
So that's the bottom.
Start with the bottom, over the second, under the third.
Okay.
Let's separate it. Over the fourth, under the fifth.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it really fell off.
Now we're back to the next level. So over again, second,
And then under.
third, fourth, now again, over.
You're hungry already.
Now we've got the three.
You want that fish?
And do that side first.
Now that's closed off. That's how wide your band's going to be.
Okay.
So when you figure you've got it enough to fit your head or whoever you're going to give it to, you stop.
Okay.
So left to right.
Okay, thank you.
You can do it on the table again. You'll find it more better.
Okay, left to right. So I'm on this side?
Yep.
Indian,
hang on.
give me my fish.
Would you want to stand up? Might be better because
Yeah,
if
I'll
you come
stand
here,
up.
eh?
Yeah.
So you start out with three. I find it's the easiest way to teach beginners, right? And we will just get a star from after.
Okay.
So now you've got a square. Okay. Now you're just gonna go all the way around. Maintain that same square. You get to choose which side you want to look at after when you put it down.
Will this side be the outside?
It's up to you.
Oh, okay.
Good. So right now I'm putting some of the browns down below. So you can look at it and you decide from there.
Right.
I did this a long time ago. But I
Did you?
can't remember.
So
Yeah, you have to
just
do
maintain
it
the
often,
same
I
square.
know, I
See, I've
forgot
got
too.
this
I
is my
did
third
one
piece
last
now,
year and
right?
I forgot.
Oh yeah.
And
But I
it's
made
still
one when I
almost
was
square.
at the house on Monday.
We're under. you are going to use a little bit wider strands later, but it's still going to look nice. There, see? Now that's a square.
Nice.
So go all the way around.
One by one?
Yep.
Just keep going like this?
Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4 until you get the right width of the square. Now, even if you short one, just put one more on there. That's it.